Hey guys, what's up? My name is Metro, and welcome back to Salty Studies. Now, first off, I just want to go over a few things. Originally, on my first episode, which was based on for Bastion, I did get some comments back like, it just seems like you're just complaining. That is kind of part of the point of Salty Studies, but in this episode, I will be focusing more on what the type of hero does, and why she he is so great at what they can do, and especially if you know how to play him/her right. Anyways, let's go ahead and go into it and explain Salty Studies and the series from here on out. Salty Studies is where I will go through the different heroes of Overwatch, such as Bastion, Tracer, Mei, or Torbjorn, and other heroes like that. I will also explain what they do, why they can be annoying to players, and a few tips, as well as while showing footage of myself playing the character I'm currently talking about. So without further ado, let's get started. So the hero we will be talking about today is the Ice Queen herself, Mei. Now a lot of you should have seen me making this video like a mile away, as she's the character that everyone just hates or loves to hate. The main reason for that is because she controls her teammates with her abilities, which we will get into later. But first, let's get into the story of Mei. Mei-Ling Zhao was originally based in Jian, China, and was formerly affiliated with Overwatch before the collapse. As of far, this is all we've known about Mei. Mei is a scientist who has taken the fight to preserve the environment into her own hands. Though many blame the planet's escalating unexplained climate phenomena on the advent of new technologies, the rapidly growing omnic population, and drastically increased consumption of resources, the true cause remains unknown. To find a solution, Overwatch established a series of eco-watch points at remote critical locations worldwide. Mei-Ling Zhao was a member of this multi-year initiative of peerless climatologists. She had introduced cutting-edge innovations in the field of climate manipulation that protected at-risk areas in Asia and beyond. She was assigned to the program's monitoring station at Watchpoint in Antarctica when disaster struck. A sudden catastrophic polar storm battered the installation and cut it off from the outside world, leaving the facility damaged and the scientists stranded. As their supplies dwindled, they entered cryostasis in a last-ditch effort to survive until a rescue attempt could be made. But that rescue never came. It was years later when the team's cryogenics chamber was finally discovered. Mei, still in hibernation, was the only survivor. The world Mei awoke to had gone through considerable changes. Overwatch was no more, the serious climate issues had worsened, and none of the eco-watch points were in operation. Any clues to that were uncovered were lost. Mei had decided to continue work on her own. Equipped with a portable version of her climate manipulation technology, she travels around the world, hoping to re-establish the eco-network and track down the cause of the threats to the planet's ecosystem. Now, Mei has a multitude of abilities that are really useful, but you have to make sure you do them in the right place, or else it's not really going to work. One of her main weapons is her Endothermic Blaster. Mei's blaster unleashes a concentrated short-range stream of frost that damages, slows, and ultimately freezes enemies in place. Mei can also use her blaster to shoot icicle-like projectiles at medium range. Another one of Mei's very useful abilities is called CRYO-FREEZE. Mei instantly surrounds herself with a block of thick ice. She heals and ignores damage while encased, but cannot move or use her abilities. Now, I have found this and then the next ability to be really useful whenever you're trying to hold on to a point as long as you can, especially if you're in overtime. Is really great and clutch. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the next one right now. Now, this next ability has to do with the mentioning of trolling earlier. This is like one of the main heroes that people used to troll. This ability is called Ice Wall. Mei generates an enormous ice wall that obstructs lines of sight, stops movement, and blocks attacks. But it also doesn't just block your enemy's movements, it blocks your teammates' movements. Sometimes people troll and use it on purpose because I think it's funny. Honestly, sometimes it is, depending on the situation, like with the casual match, you're just messing around. It's very funny, but a competitor, don't you dare be doing that. Anyway, so it's a really useful ability. It's great with conjunction with CRYO-FREEZE whenever you're on a point, like I mentioned earlier, and you're on overtime. It's great. It's an amazing thing if you can just keep up your movement speed while waiting for your recharge, waiting for your cooldown to wear off, and it is just amazing. Anyway, so let's go ahead and move on to Mei's ult. Mei's ult just basically helps just about almost any hero with an AoE ult help them in general, and it's amazing. May's ult is called Blizzard. May deploys a weather modification drill, and then you know the kind of looks like Weebo from Flubber, if you've ever seen that movie, that emits gusts of wind and snow in a wide area. Enemies caught in the blizzard are slowed and take damage. Those who linger too long are frozen solid. And this is where like other people's ults like Reapers or Divas can come in, and it can just wipe them out like this clip here I'm about to show you right now. Now that's just about all the abilities Mei has, but on Mei's ult, I only have one tip on Mei, just to play her smart, because Mei's ult, you really gotta time it well. Like, if you go on the King's Row map, as you see on this clip right now, I am actually hiding in the top area that's like connected to the bridge, and while the enemy team is pushing through the point, I drop down, put the wall behind them, and I use my ult, and I'm able to take care of like most of them really easily without hardly any help at all. And it's really good, and that is pretty much the tip that I had for you, like one and only. And now we're going to go ahead and get into the salty part of the section where you're going to hear me rant a bit and why people hate her, why I hate her. It's like a love-hate relationship, because I love playing Mei, but you want to hate her so much. Now Mei is pretty much basically like a godsend for people that are on your team if the player who's playing Mei knows how to play her amazingly well. Like, especially if you're on clutches, how to use your ult well, and it's just it's perfect for your teammate, but it's a nightmare for your enemies. I mean, it's just, she's such a pain to kill. There's so many memes, and they're basically calling her the ultimate troller for both teams, but you know, it's mostly towards the enemies. I mean, like I said, during the clutch, it's easy, especially with her two main abilities, which is her CRYO-FREEZE and her Ice Wall, and it's perfect. And her Blizzard is just be able to auto, like, just almost get rid of all of them with people who have their ults together. It's just easily to kill them all, and it's amazing. Like, I've had multiple people in the comments say like, Mei is giving me PTSD, Mei is cancer, Mei is AIDS, blah 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 blah, because Mei is just that bad / good. And honestly, I'm have fun, but on the other end, I understand your enemy team's pain, because I've been on the other end of the CRYO-FREEZer, or endothermic blaster, I mean, and it is just a pain, especially whenever like what they like freeze you with the primary attack, and they go hi, and then they just shoot you dead with a headshot. And it's fairly easy to kill your enemies as Mei. It's a pain. That's really my frustration with the enemy Mei. But it's really easy to counter her, honestly. If you use Mei, you can pretty much blast her first, and make sure to always have your CRYO-FREEZE ready in case you're about to be frozen. Hit that shift button and you're good, but I don't know what the controls on PS4, my bad. Or Ice Wall it, and you're pretty much fine. But Blizzard, just wall wouldn't help because the AoE, it will go past your wall, but CRYO-FREEZE will help with her Blizzard. But other than that, there's really nothing else you can do against Mei. McCree's Flashbang will help. Pretty much anything that will stun or get you away from the enemy Mei is pretty much your best bet against her. And that is pretty much all I have on Mei. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and to subscribe for more. Comment on what you think of now the pretty much improved version. I put a lot of more work into this and editing, and I'm really happy with this. And always remember, Mei is Mei, and actually it works for both the lovers of Mei and the haters of Mei, because lovers being Bae before anyone else, and then haters, which basically the definition of Bae is poo, literally. Anyway guys, I will see you guys next time. Bye!